Hello everyone, it's Dr. Meyer here with a video for you on rhythm and meter. What is rhythm? Rhythms are patterns of duration in music. Like the example below, rhythms can occur in any pattern, order, and for any duration. We measure these durations in terms of a pulse, which is a regularly recurring stress. A pulse is a layered pattern of alternation between strong and weak emphases that are often related by two. For instance, we can divide the pulse here into one strong and one weak pulse, and divide it once more to create another layer of division. We notate sounds and silences with notes and rests, which are also normally related by twos. Observe how the whole note divides into two half notes, and the half note divides into two quarter notes, and so on. Here is an example of rhythm in action in the trumpet line of Bach's Brandenburg Concerto No. 2, Movement 3. Above the notation is the pattern of strong and weak pulses laid out, almost like a ruler. We can see the layered pattern of the divisions of two in the final measure especially well. Listen and follow along with the rhythm of this excerpt. We can lengthen durations by adding a dot to the right side of the note head. This dot adds 1/2 of the note's length onto the original duration. For example, if we add a dot to the half note on the left, which has 2 beats, a dotted half note will have 3 beats. Below, if we add a dot to a quarter note, it's only worth 1 beat, so we must add half of a beat, resulting in 1.5 beats given to the dotted quarter note. We can also add length by using ties. Tying note durations simply adds the duration of the two together. You can add ties over a bar line, as in the first example, giving us 8 full beats, or within a measure, as in the second example, resulting in 2 beats each. It's important to note that ties must be written tying the note heads together, not the stems. Also, when using a tie, the sounding pitches must be the same of both of the notes. We can shorten the duration of notes by adding a flag to the stem. Adding a flag reduces the duration of the note by half. For example, adding 1 flag to a quarter note equals an 1/8 note, thus reducing the duration from 1 beat to 1/2 of a beat. Adding a second flag would give us a 16th note, which is only 1/4 of a beat, and so on. For the ease of reading the notation, flags are tied together in beams. The number of beams are equal to the number of flags for each rhythm. Now that we know a little about rhythm, let's talk about meter. What is meter? Each meter contains a beat, which is a pulse that you conduct. Like in our Bach example, we would say that there are strong beats to which we may conduct or tap our toe. You will explore more with conducting meters in class. Meter, then, is a grouping of beats into measures. Here, I'm showing our pulses, and now I'm imposing a meter onto them, giving measures of 2 beats each. Meter can also have division, which occurs at the layer of the pulse faster than the beat, which we also say the beat is divided. Here I have our beat pulse, and now I've divided it into 2 pulses per beat. One can also divide it into further subdivisions if necessary. Meters are distinguished in 2 ways. First of all, by the number of beats in each measure. If a measure has 2 beats, it's called duple. If it has 3 beats, it's called triple. And if it has 4 beats per measure, it's called quadruple. The second distinction is the division per beat. In the simple meters, there are 2 divisions per beat, like in simple duple, simple triple, and simple quadruple meters. In the compound meters, there are 3 divisions per beat, like in compound duple, compound triple, and compound quadruple meters. These 6 meter types here are the basis for most of the meters you will encounter. So we can assign a particular note value to the beat and notating it by using a time signature. A time signature shows the number and the value of beats in simple meters, like on the left, where in 3/4 we have 3 beats and a quarter note pulse. Or the time signature can show the number and value of the divisions in compound meters, like in 9/8, where there are 9 divisions of the measure and an eighth note division of the measure. All simple meters have either a 2, 3, or 4 as the top number. The duration of the beat is the bottom number. Check out this chart for a graphic view of some common simple meters. All compound meters have either a 6, 9, or 12 for the top number. The duration of the divisions gives the bottom number. Check out this chart for a graphic view of some common compound meters. Conversely, we can identify the time signature and type of meter from notation. So it's your turn to practice. Look at both examples and see if you can identify the meter and meter type from these few measures. Remember to look at the number of beats in the measure and the division of the measure or beat for the time signature. Pause the video if you need more time. Here are the answers you should have come up with. The Bach example is in 4/4 or simple quadruple, and the Brahms is in 6/8 or compound duple. One last thing. In order to preserve the notated meter and for ease of reading the music, beams must join notes within a beat or measure, never across beats or between measures. For example, the incorrect beaming on the left obscures the separation of beat 1 and 2. The correct beaming on the right preserves each beat and makes the rhythm easier to read. Lastly, ties are used between beats and measures. The incorrect notation on the right again obscures beat 2 of this measure. By dividing the quarter note into 2 eighth notes and tying them together, we can see that beat 2 is right where it should be. Here are the take-home messages of this video. Rhythms are patterns of duration in music that occur over a pulse or regularly recurring stress. Rhythms are notated using notes and rests, which can be lengthened by adding dots and ties, and shortened by joining beams and adding flags. Meter groups beats into measures that can be distinguished by their duple, triple, and quadruple divisions. Meter is further distinguished by simple and compound divisions of the beat. Lastly, time signatures allow us to assign a particular value to the beat and notate the meter. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.